Another night, another goal for Kudus Mohammed in Europe. The Ghanaian opened the scoring for West Ham United as they got all 3 points. That meant they topped the group versus Freiburg. Unfortunately, Ghana Black Stars man Daniel Kofi was not in action. We'll talk about Kudus's goal today. Also on target was GENK man in Joseph Painstil. He found the back of the net in a size 2-0 win. Unfortunately, they will be playing the Conference League as they finished third in the Europa League. We'll look at that and also the Black Stars 50-man shortlist. It has been reportedly released by Coach Chris HUGHTON, who is preparing to name his squad. The deadline for the presentation of a provisional list was yesterday. Well, it's actually today. So the deadline has passed and Ghana has submitted 50 players according to the reports making the rounds. We'll also talk about the pressure on Coach Chris HUGHTON as CK Akpono has sought to look to weigh in on the conversation. He says knows what Chris HUGHTON is going through, but we need to give him time to work as the AFCON beckons in just 30 days. As usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So there you have it. Kudus Mohammed with the best seats in the house after spinning the back of the net and opening the scoring for West Ham United. The Ghanaian is enjoying life at West Ham, providing assists, scoring goals. He has become a main man for David Moyes. He cannot be ignored any longer, and he is enjoying life in the Europa League. Europa League football, the final game week saw them top the group. They will not play in the knockout phases where the third place teams in the Champions League will play with them in the next phase. Those place second will do that. But Kudus win and goal here for his West Ham United side and means that they are able to escape that hurdle and not be in that conversation of teams that would need to play in the knockout phase of the Europa League next year in February. They will escape that and make it through to the direct knockout phases. Congratulations, Kudus Mohammed. Another goal for him. He is enjoying life with West Ham United. On target as well was Joseph Painstil in his side's 2-0 win. They, however, did not finish in first or second place. They finished in third place. They will be playing probably in the Conference League, which is a step lower from the Europa League. Joseph Painstil enjoying his season so far. I think 13 goal involvements this season for him. He's also doing well as the African Cup of Nations beckons. Ghana are looking to make a mark, not look to break the chains, as many are used to saying, since the 40-year wait for a title continues. Ghana are looking to make a mark in the African Cup of Nations in January. January 13th, it kicks off. We'll see how things go on that front. Speaking of the African Cup of Nations, reports have indicated that Coach Chris HUGHTON has submitted a 50-man short list for the African Cup of Nations. According to those reports, owing to the deadline for the provisional list being today, Chris HUGHTON and the FA have presented a provisional list to CAF. CAF will demand a final list to be named, which will probably be 23. So these 50 players, 23 will be selected from them. I am not a fan of provisional lists, and I am not going to delve into possible provisional lists, possible this, possible that. I just feel that if you're sure of the 23, name the 23 you are sure of, and then put some on standby in the backstage. They do not need to be known. That's how I've always felt about provisional lists, and I don't know what you think, but this is how I think it should always be addressed. But I'm not in charge. I don't make the rules, so that is all I think, and that is what I think should happen. But Coach Chris HUGHTON has named a 50-man squad for the African Cup of Nations. And speaking of coaches in the African Cup of Nations, HUGHTON is part of the highest earners in the African Cup of Nations, and the Ghana coach has been reviewed as one of the highest paid managers. According to reports by CNN News, HUGHTON earns around $50,000 per month, placing him among the top 10 highest managers at the tournament. Highest, HUGHTON was appointed as coach of the Black Stars a year ago, bringing in his wealth of experience from his previous roles as manager in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United, and Brighton and Hove Albion. The report also highlights the salaries of other managers at the tournament, including Cameroonian legend Rigobert Song, who earns $30,000 per month as manager, and Nigeria coach Joseph Asiero with a $50,000 salary. A contract extension in September made him get that amount. Also in there's Morocco's manager Walid Regragui, who led the Atlas Lions to a historic semi-final run. He commands a salary of $60,000 per month, while AFCON 2023 host manager Jean-Louis Gasset earns a mouth-watering $108,000 per month from the Ivorian FA. Egyptian coach Rui Vitoria takes home $200,000 per month, while Algeria's Jamel Belmadi takes home $8,000 per month. Also featured in the report are former Ghana manager Abram Grant, who earns $25,000 per month as the manager of Zambia national team. The AFCON will kick off on the 13th of January. It will end on February 11th. Wow, mouth-watering salaries there. I really do envy them and how much they are earning. But they've earned it probably, and they deserve every single cent they are getting. You cannot fault them. You cannot say they don't deserve it. They do deserve it. That is why they are getting it. CK Akono has pitched into the conversation of coach refuting and the pressure he is going through. It has not been a rosy start for him. Yes, he's been getting the results, but then the style of play, the nature of the football has not been anything to write home about. And many fans have noticed this. CK Akono has pitched on question and says that Chris Hughton needs to be giving time. He understands what is happening, especially when the nation is not behind you. But the coach needs to be giving space to work. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Well, I know what he's going through. It's a difficult path. Sometimes you can get confused, especially when the whole nation at you. But I think we need to be calm. There's a need for calmness, whereby we prepare very well. We are focused and have a strategy as to how we can go into this tournament. And so it's a big deal for us as a football nation, but we need to calm down and allow him to prepare the team very well, adequately, so we can go to this tournament and do well.
So yet, CK Akono, they're sympathizing with Coach Chris Hughton. I know what he is going through. It's a difficult path. Sometimes you can get confused, especially when the whole nation is a you. Is he talking about himself? Most likely. And probably that is why he did not last long. And that is where I'll end today. Kudus Mohammed on target. GENK man Joseph Painstil also on target. A 50-man provisional list submitted by Coach Chris Hughton ahead of AFCON, a provisional list that is. CK Akono sympathizes with Coach Chris Hughton, and he is one of the top earners at the African Cup of Nations, the list of managers who are earning big bucks. The highest, $208,000 at the Algerian manager. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend.